Hey, what it do, Jive Turkeys, and welcome back to the Controversy. I'm your host, Ian Elliott-Carter, and to the left of me, I have the most beautiful gal in the world, Tatiana Wilson.
Hello.
And this is the live stream. Hey, Macarena.
Whoop,
All right. So yeah, we are getting ready to do our show. We have a great special guest. I see you in the chat, Avis. Thank you for coming through, big homie. So yeah, we're gonna start our live stream really soon. I'm gonna announce our special guest. Thank you guys for showing up. And it is, oh wow, we have a phone. There's Kiana. Thank you.
Hey,
so
Kiana.
much. Yeah, so we have a great show today. We're going to be talking a lot of stuff is dropped this week. There's a lot to talk about.
A lot going on.
It's a good day for nerds. It's a good day for nerds and wannabe nerds. If you want to be a nerd, jump on this train. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. Without further ado, I want to introduce my guest for today. He's a YouTuber like ourselves, and he's black. All right, so without further ado, I bring to you my nephew, Jon Knight, coming from straight out of New York. What's happening, brother? Where you at? Did he leave?
No. Can you see me?
No, I do not see you. I promise I have a guest, guys. There he is.
Hey.
I don't know what happened. I don't know why my mic is down, but hey, what's going on, Unc?
I am so glad. I am so glad you wore that hat, man. It's so we look like twins.
Right.
A lot of people cannot.
Right.
It's a real brotherhood.
It's a real brotherhood, man. So Jon Knight, YouTuber from New York City. He's actually from Boston. He lives in New York. He's living in Atlanta. Tell us a little bit about yourself so that people know.
Well, I sell crack for a living.
Hey, let me get a piece.
Okay.
Hey, I got you. FedEx next day.
I'm actually a cop. Abracadabra.
Right. So yeah, man. Again, first of all, thank you for having me. It's always, an amazing opportunity to bring creators together, especially Black creators. It holds a special place. But just in general, man, thank you. Like I said, you're a real cool cat. I'm glad we were able to establish a connection. I'm glad we met. And I'm still a little mad at you from earlier, but I'll let the people see that for themselves. But yeah, man, it's an honor to be here. Like you said, I'm a YouTube creator, and I love bringing entertainment to you guys. So again, thank you for having me. It's gonna be fun.
Oh yeah, we had a lot of great shit to talk about, man. I'm glad you came on the show too, because like every time we've had a conversation or we've been around each other, it's always been like a competitive nature. I've never got to vibe with you like a one-on-one to get to know you. So I'm glad we did this. And yes, the people will know exactly why Jon is upset with me right now. But it's kind of a payback though. He put me on this live stream with like 20 people, and I had no idea what was going on. And I am the Black Larry David, as a lot of people know. So I'm very awkward sometimes, especially around people I don't know. And I felt really awkward around that. It was a good game. It was a good idea. But I slipped up one time and said the answer. And there was one time my mic was on, and I was just like, man, all 20 people are doing their plugs right now. What the hell? So it was very awkward.
Talking to me too, and then he looked at the thing and he was like, "Oh man, my mic was on," and we were both like, "Oh my god!"
I was like, Jon Knight hates me. What?
He's like, yeah, like, people plugging their shit right now. I'm like, I'm like, hey, but you definitely look like a deer in headlights. It was. I was like, he either really just fucking hates me now, or he's like, I'm never seeing this man again.
No, I had no idea what I was getting into. I was just like, and there was like a wall. It looked like the Brady Bunch of creators just all on this wall. I was like, I don't know any of these guys. No offense, they all seem like great creators and they seem dope in their own ways, but like. I just didn't know them, and they were all vibing and talking to each other like, hey, yeah, remember this time? Oh, this. I was like, hey, yeah, I'm here. I like stuff, but but it was all cool. I'm glad you even like thought of me to join that. So yeah, let's talk about some of our topics for tonight though. We're going to do, as usual, we're going to talk about our updates of The Mandalorian, how we're feeling about it. We're going to give a little bit of our thoughts of The Mandalorian. Episode 6 with the return of Boba Fett. I really enjoyed that one. We're going to give some recommendations of things to watch and listen to. A lot of Spider-Man 3 announcements. So many huge announcements. Holy crap. I can't wait to talk about that. We're going to talk about the future of cinema and theaters. Is streaming services killing it? We will talk about that in a little bit. And I did want to briefly talk about breakdancing joining the Olympics. I think that's a really cool thing. And then we're always going to play our game of one's gotta go. Those always get heated, and I love the commentary that we get in the chats. Thank you, Abbas, for coming by. He did say Charlie Cox's Daredevil and Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man alone will make that movie elite. We will talk about that in a little bit. Keep that question because I do want to talk about that. But the first things first, we are going to have our discussion about the Mandalorian season 2, episode 6. Toddy is still in the loop because she still hasn't caught up. But I remember I was watching it while she was asleep, and so maybe she saw it in her brain.
Well, the first time you watched it, I was asleep. The second time you watched it, I was awake. Remember?
So did you get the highlights? Did you see a little bit of it?
That was the last one, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Where he was doing his little, he was like sitting there meditating on the rock.
Yeah. So let's do a quick highlight on that. So in this episode, we saw Mando was bringing Grugo, aka Baby Yoda. You know, some people are still in denial of what that is.
Grugo?
Yes, Baby Grugo. And so he was just like, you know, this is time for you to project yourself to other Jedi and get some help because what's her name's not going to help us for some reason. She said, "Bye, Felicia," and we're here. Ahsoka Tano, yes. And in the midst of him trying to get the child to do this, Boba Fett comes out of nowhere. Apparently, he's been tracking him and said, "Hey, I've been tracking you. I want my shit back. Let's do this right now." And he's like, "Oh, what are you talking about? Where have you been?" And I have a lot of questions about that, by the way. But the man, it's like, that's my stuff. My dad gave that to me, and they're about to have a fight. And then all of a sudden, you know, these other people come that's been chasing them the whole time. So it's just like a huge showdown while all Baby Yoda's trying to do is reach out to the Jedi. With that being said, it's a very funny premise, but it did work for me. Boba Fett, with that. And I think Abbas is talking about that. Boba Fett, more like Boba Fett. He did have a dad bod, you know.
Just respectful. I just want to point that out.
Yep.
I will say this: Boba Fett did look a lot better than the other dude in his suit.
But that's because the other dude was wearing red, which looked really weird.
So what are your thoughts on this? Yeah, I was about to say, what was your thoughts on this episode, bro?
So this episode was just fucking amazing. It was nothing but one continuous shot and moments of just badassery after another. It didn't try to be so expansive in the story. It didn't try to do too much and overwhelm you. It's a very simplistic story. Like, it had its goal. It knew exactly what it was going to do and what it wanted to do, and it stuck to that. And that's what I loved. And then just come on. Like, anytime you get to see Boba Fett just redeem himself from being bitched in the original trilogy, it's always going to be a win for me. That man came back and just put boots to asses, and it was glorious. A lot of sad moments, a lot of awesome moments, a lot of ones that just hit right there.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just overall really good, amazing episode with great action.
Yeah, everything you said. I've always thought Boba Fett was a very overrated character. I was like, he ain't did jack shit. Django did most of this stuff, like when it comes to his lineage. But this episode, he definitely redeemed himself. Like you said, I became a Boba Fett fan. I was like, he is earning this title that they've all hyped him up for. He was kicking ass. He was stabbing people savagely. It was amazing. And like you said about the heartstrings, when they got Baby Grugo, dog, that was sad, you know. And I think Abbas is saying I kind of saw it coming, but like when it actually happens, it hits you. And, you know,
it's a different story when you actually see it. What you think, you know? It's like, it definitely hit in the feels. And then
for sure,
the knob when he grabbed it, I was like, oh.
Yeah, and the ship blowing up too. That ship was kind of like a character. We've had a lot of time in that ship.
I'm so upset. They blew up the fucking Razor Crest, man. Like that. Like you said, it was a character. Like, it was so essential to that. They just poof.
Yeah, yeah, just like that. Now, I do have a lot of questions though. This episode's not perfect. It's one of my favorites though of all time. Don't get it wrong. But I did have one gripe about it. It was the fact that Boba Fett did show up out of nowhere. He's like, "I've been tracking you," which confused me because first of all, he was on this planet for a good 5 years with the same armor. Never once tried to get it. And then let's just pretend that was the first time he saw his armor in 5 years. So he saw Mando grab the armor and drive off and never chased him. Mando was on that planet for another day after he saw him. Remember, he got attacked by those people before he took off. So that was another incident. I was like, why didn't you just grab your armor then? And then Mando's done like 5 missions between then and now. And if you've been tracking him, why haven't you caught him off guard like when he was with the other Mandalorian or when he was, on that planet with the frog lady? I don't know. I don't know what the timing was with that. I don't know why he decided this was the time to attack.
Maybe he got caught up. He was nursing a whole human, in person back to life and re-engineering her. And now she has machine guts and everything like that. So it's like, I'm only just trying to see where I can plug that in narratively. So maybe it was just, catering to Fennec, and who knows? That's the best thing I got, is catering to her, building her and helping her until she was able to get back on her feet to help him go after him.
I'll accept that, Reach. What do you think? You accept that? And before
it wasn't a Space Jam Reach.
Okay, that's a big ass reach. Before we go on, we got to talk about Grugo fucking people up. That was funny.
That was hilarious,
Great.
But dangerous at the very same time. And that's what Gideon wanted. That's why he was like, "Oh no, hold on," because he went from beating their asses to just, okay, now I'm force choking you, and that's some dark side stuff. So that's why I was like, it's potentially dangerous at the same time. So,
for sure.
I don't know. I was like, Grogu, no. So we'll see.
Abbas in the chat says a young Luke Skywalker as a Jedi Grugo connection would be dope. And there's a lot of people that want to see what's his name from the Winter Soldier,
Sebastian Stan.
They want Sebastian Stan. Looks kind of like him in the face. I'm for it.
He does.
I think he's the perfect age for that.
If they can get him, he's not too busy now at this point with Marvel and whatever else he's doing.
Yeah, he's got a lot on his plate. But yeah, any last thoughts on the Mandalorian episode, season 2, episode 6? Anybody?
I'm just excited, man. It opened the door for so much more possibilities. I want to know who the Jedi is. I'm mad not one showed up during that whole fight on there for like an hour, but I'm like, it is what it is.
They'll show up eventually. I have faith.
Yeah, eventually, but yeah. So I'm with it. I can't wait to see what happens from here. Great episode.
Real talk. All right, let's go on to the next one. We are going to we'll talk about this one next. Okay, so news just broke that breakdancing has now joined the Olympics, and I'm actually very happy about this because breakdancing has been a very hard competitive sport for a long time, and it came from the streets. It's a part of the hip hop elements, and the fact that it's gonna get more recognition around the world because a lot of Asians are doing it now. Like they are killing the breakdancing scene. I'm a big fan of just watching. I wish I could do that stuff. Maybe one day I'll learn. If I don't
dancing right now.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. Ooh,
nerd. Just can't see my feet.
Ooh, you're killing it with the eyelids, bro. But yeah, what are your thoughts? What is everybody's thoughts on the Olympics accepting breakdancing as a sport? We'll start with you, Toddy. I'll take a sip of that while you do that.
I think it's really exciting that that's like happening. I think for like a long time, not even just breakdancing, but just dancing and things of that nature in general aren't really looked at as a sport, even though they take just as much work and effort and muscles and
like gymnastics and ballet.
And it's not looked at as like it's a sport, but it 100% is a sport. And it really, really does take a lot of desire and time to perfect that and become actually good at it. And so it's exciting when you hear stuff like that, that's actually finally getting recognized as something that is important, something that matters, something that appeals to a lot of people, and something that people deserve to get recognized for. So
yeah, for sure. And John lives in New York, and every time I go to New York, I see some of the best like performances, street art and stuff like that. Performance art, those people break their asses for attention.
Just ride the train.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, I see some great stuff on the train. But what are your thoughts on breakdancing finally joining the Olympics?
Well, this is completely new to me. Like, you just broke this to me. I'm like, I had no idea that was a thing. It's very interesting. I'm happy to see the, I guess you can say, the inclusiveness of it, something like that, into Olympics. It is pretty damn amazing. Like I said, it's a lot of skill, it's a lot of dedication, it's a lot of toll on your body. So I don't see why not. It's going to be very interesting how it's judged.
Yeah.
If it's going to be like a singular thing, or they're going to do it as like a group setting and the team individual, just how it's going to be judged and what they're going to look for. But I love the idea. It's very intriguing to me.
For sure. And I think Mark had the same question that you had. He said, Mark says, and thank you for coming through, Mark. But the Olympics got rid of baseball. Bummer. Who do you get to judge breakdancing? So I have a feeling it's going to be probably like how they do ballet and how they do figure skating and a lot of the other gymnastic stuff. I think it's just going to be like a little group has a conversation, and they do breakdancing competitions all over the world, and how they get their winner is basically, well, they might do like a crowd thing when it comes to street stuff, but I think it's fair to have like maybe 3 judges to figure that out, kind of like what they do with figure skating and other gymnastic stuff.
Right.
But you know, they might have their own rules, and I'm not a breakdancer, so I might have to ask my friend Miles that breakdances how they would figure that out. But that is a good question, guys. Thank you for coming through, Reggie. Reggie, I would like you to meet John one day. I would like to see you guys on on one of those shows where a great debate show with Alex.
I'm down.
Here's a question for you, John. John, how many times do you think your reaction for this week's Mandalorian episode will be taken down? Sad it happens like to you every week. So Abbas is a fan of you.
Yes, I saw him in the chat. I kept forgetting to shout him out because he was in the middle of the list. But thank you for crossing over. Every time my Mandalorian reaction posts, he's always like comments like, "Damn, almost," like like it was almost there. But I don't know. Hopefully it lasts. I don't think it will be blocked. Usually it's blocked right away when I upload it. So thankfully it hasn't. So that gives me hope. Hopefully it sticks around.
For sure. Yeah, Disney coming for that ass. You better be careful, bro.
Yeah, it is. Can't keep playing it longer.
For sure, man. But yeah, like we all said, I think I'm really intrigued with this, man. This gives a lot more opportunity to, like, you know, hip breakdancing started here in America, so that's dope. Like, to see stuff like breakdancing and hip hop just come out of nothing to be like worldwide and beloved like that, it really touches my heart to hear stuff like that. So yeah, I'm all for that, and I will be paying attention. I love the Olympics. I'm a big fan.
Never really watched it besides like basketball and all that, but
I watch basketball, and I'm more for the running though. I'm there because I used to be a track star, so I love watching the 100 and the 200 stuff like that. Seeing the fastest person alive it gives me a boner.
It's pretty spectacular. Just don't try to run with that boner. It's not very comfortable.
All right, speaking from experience, man. So this is the time of the show where we were going to recommend some stuff for everybody to watch. If we have a lot of friends on here that love movies and television stuff like that. So what is everybody's recommendations for this week? We're going to start with our movies. Toddy, what movie do you recommend?
Okay. I'm going to recommend a movie called Mary and Max.
Okay.
Don't remember what year it came out. I'm going to look it up right now. It's going to bother me.
Looks
it's
like
an animated
2009.
2009. It's an animated movie. It's like a claymation kind of. It's, I would say it's more like on the adult side, but I originally watched it as a kid.
Adult.
It's about this young girl who has a pen pal. She's in like Australia, I think, and she has a pen pal who is a man in the US.
Okay.
And this man has Asperger's. And so they write back and forth to each other just about, you know, things that are going on in their life and, you know, just everything that's happening. And it just follows their life, and this watches this girl grow up and all of the things that she goes through and difficulties that she deals with in her life. And it, you know, it follows them meeting and just a lot of stuff. And it's really, I don't know. I don't know how to like describe it except for I really love this movie. Kind of. It's also dark.
Okay. Sweet and dark.
That was my nickname. It's got a little bit of everything in it. There's stuff that's going to make you laugh. There's stuff that's going to make you feel like, wow,
so it's got a lot of genres in it.
That's a lot, but I feel like it's a very, like, for me, like a very fulfilling movie. And it's something that my sister also loves this movie. And it used to be on Netflix. I don't know where you can watch it now because they took it off of Netflix.
Okay.
Looks like
it's on Amazon. So
yeah. Dope.
But yeah, so if you're into claymation, and I would say again, it's not necessarily something made for kids, but it is something that I think an older child could watch.
Okay.
And it not be, too on the line.
Right on.
So,
dope.
Yeah.
So, John, do you have a movie you would like to recommend? And yeah, thank you for that recommendation, boo.
So, there's this little movie that I was actually curious about. So the movie I would pick and I just saw recently is called Underwater. It's a very interesting movie. It's one that I was curious about when I first saw. It has Kristen Stewart, so automatically it's like, wait, what? But it's a surprisingly entertaining film. So it is a thriller horror type film, and it follows this group of, I guess, marine biologists or whatever the hell they are. I don't know. It's never really clarified as much, but because it literally picks up, boom, like, all right, you're in it. What's happening? Oh my god. They're in this underwater facility, and shit just goes wrong. So you wake up to chaos, people dying. How do we survive? Come to find out, it's these underwater creatures that are essentially, coming to kill their ass. I know that's a horrible description, but it's a really tight-knit film. It deals with atmosphere very well. It's very much in the vein of like the first Alien and things of that nature. So you can definitely see the inspiration there. Really good performance by Kristen Stewart. Surprisingly, she's not doing any of like her little like type thing and none of that for 2 hours, which is really great.
Wait, this movie came out this year, right? Or was it last year?
I believe it was last year.
Now it's starting to ring.
I could be wrong.
I heard,
but I believe it was last year. Yeah, it was surprisingly fun. It's a good watch. It wasn't too overwhelming on gore. Know exactly how to handle, its kills, so it wasn't too reliant. But it was a very well balanced film, and I really love the atmosphere and how they utilized the water in that film. So I definitely check it out. You guys would enjoy that.
Dope. All right. Well, I'll get to my recommendation for a movie, and my movie recommendation is a movie that we saw 2 days ago, and we put it out on our channel, a review. It's called Black Bear. And Black Bear is one of those psychological thrillers / dramas where this lady, which is played by Aubrey Plaza, you might know her from Parks and Rec, or
I saw you do that.
Yeah. So I love this movie. It's a psychological thriller. It's about a director that's trying to. I think she has writer's block, or she's trying to write a cohesive story, but we don't know what's going on in this film because she's either going through her mind things to do for this movie, or she's actually going through it in real life. It's one of those movies that you don't know, and they never tell you, and you have to come up with your own theories at the end. But it's very well acted out. It's very uncomfortable at times when it comes to realistic things, when it comes to relationships or even the movie world. But I do recommend it if you like stuff like that. If you like uncomfortable movies, this is one for you.
Hey, Aubrey's doing her thing.
Yeah,
she's been doing a lot lately. I'm happy for that.
She's going to be in the conversation. I can tell you, right? Especially if you see this movie, she's going to be in the future. She's going to be up there with your Meryl Streeps and stuff like that.
Yeah, she was amazing in this movie.
For sure.
Oh, you gave her Streep. Okay.
Oh yeah, give it some time. She's not there yet, but give it some time. But I think we're just gonna do movies when it comes to that because that's time consuming. All right, so the next one, and please join along in the chats. We are going to play One's Gotta Go, and this has been a fan favorite right here. We've been doing this like the third week now, and everybody's loving this one. So please join us in the chat to play this game. Each one of us is going to have a One's Gotta Go scenario, and I want to start with you, John. Give us a scenario. One's Gotta Go, and we will all answer it.
Oh God. Okay. Whew.
Do you need us to go?
No. I think I got it. Okay.
All right.
It can be about anything, you said, right?
And any category.
Will Smith or Denzel?
Probably Will Smith can go. Yeah. Is that a surprise for you?
That's a very big surprise for me.
Will, I love the okay. Actually,
I don't feel like
everything too. Fresh Prince gotta go too. Dang, that's what kind of makes it difficult when it comes to movies.
It's really Fresh Prince. It really is.
Fresh Prince is what's holding him.
I mean, no, like, he is a good actor. He does have some really, really good stuff like under his belt. Like he really does. 7 Pounds is amazing. Pursuit of Happiness is amazing. But
7 Pounds.
Yes. 7 Pounds, right?
That's
it's a great movie. But I don't know. Like I mean, I just don't
those
feel like
movies are great, but are they better than Denzel's movies?
And then you also have to think about like all of his movies haven't been good, but like for Denzel, majority of them have been good.
Yes,
he has a better track record.
Will is hit or miss, man. Okay,
Will has been hit.
So what movie does Denzel?
Maybe 3 misses, if that.
Will has 3 misses. Are you high on crack?
If that.
pull up Will Smith's filmography while we have this conversation. Reggie right
Denzel
here says
can go anytime because Denzel is Denzel in every movie. He is Denzel. He has that same swagger holding, that mouth is quivering somewhere. He's Denzel in every movie. I like Denzel.
What you're saying is absolutely right, but it works, and I'll tell you why. But let's read what Reggie said. Reggie says this is the part of the live where I decided to go to hell based on their answer. Abbas says Will Smith easily, and I agree with Abbas. So I do agree with what you said about Denzel being the same person every movie. He's even acknowledged that in an interview, but he's giving you different versions of Denzel of how he reacting that. So let's go through Will Smith's discography right quick. I liked Bad Boys for Life. Gemini Man was booty.
At all. How dare you?
Focus was booty.
What?
Suicide Squad was booty. After Earth might have been the most bootiest.
After Earth was not good.
Wild Wild West I liked as a child, but it I do like these are his good ones.
Legend is good.
Iron Legend's good. 7 Pounds is good. Pursuit of Happiness is good. Half of Hancock is good. The other half sucks. iRobot's a good one. Bagger Vance, no. Men in Black 1 and 2. I do like good. Hitch is a good one. Other than that, man, I don't know, man.
Okay.
Training Day is one of my favorite movies of all time, man. Malcolm X. Who else is talking in the chat right here? We got welcome through, big homie. Training Day, Philadelphia, indeed. Training Day alone, bro. Have you ever seen what is that? What is that one he did with time travel?
That's literally the one where everyone
have you ever seen
come to. It's Deja Vu.
Equalizer's a very good one.
Equalizer's great.
I liked
Fences is awesome.
Flight. Come on, bro.
So Deja Vu.
What's another good one?
Trash.
I like both Equalizers, by the way.
Trash. Fallen.
Deja Vu. I love.
Out of Time.
Did you say Deja Vu was trash?
Yes, it was. Taking a Pelham 1, 2, 3.
Man of Fire. Inside Man. Book of Eli. Remember the Titans?
Right now, that's tied.
On, bro.
So far. Right now. So far, they're tied in terms of trash. The Mighty Quinn. Really? Goodbye. For the Queen of Country. Really? Goodbye. Heart Condition. Goodbye. There's so many things, Denzel. So many things Denzel has that's bad because he also had the longer career.
Malcolm X. He does have the longer career, but I would still say Denzel still has more hits. If we're gonna average them, a lot of these I've seen. But Denzel was on NBC's Elsewhere. Haha, I agree with John. Keeping Will Smith. All right, you got one on your side, bro.
Yes, sir, because they know what's up.
What is Reggie saying? I got to go based off of Shark Tale. Yes, that's unforgivable. But I will say Shark Tale is bad, but it's still not as bad as After Earth. After Earth might be the worst.
No,
and that's not even Will's fault. That's
his
sons. Should have raised his son better.
It wasn't bad. Yeah. I agree.
Shark Tale was not bad.
For sure.
After Earth is literally his worst crime to humanity. I will definitely.
Shark Tale. It's a ripoff.
I don't know. Denzel's list is a lot more.
You guys got to watch Finding. Was there Cash Grab trying to be Finding? He said, "All right, John, go." All right, so that was a very good
no facts, man.
I appreciate that. So look like we're not agreeing. Okay.
Yeah, no.
I don't think we're in agreement, but it was a good question though. It was divided in the chat. You want me to go next? Okay. So mine for everybody right now is one studio has to go. Oh, not even a studio. One genre has to go.
Okay.
Pixar movies, classic Disney movies, Disney cartoons, classic Disney cartoons like the Beauty and the Beast, Cinderella, all that stuff, or all Disney live action, not including Marvel, not including Star Wars, just the live action stuff like Pirates of the Caribbean. I'm not gonna name them all. You know what they are. All right, so one's got to go. Let us know.
Yeah. Okay. You want me to go first, or
Toddy just said live action. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So type in Disney live action so we could see what's all going.
Okay.
But yeah. So she says Disney live action. That means Pirates of the Caribbean is gone.
That was why I picked it, because I can't think of them.
She's got a point. They're all. Okay. It is kind of forgettable now.
Or a lot of them are remakes of the cartoons.
That is true too.
That's a good point. True. But I'm gonna go.
I was like,
I'm gonna go with Pixar.
Alice in Wonderland. Yeah. Maleficent.
I do like Maleficent.
Cinderella, Jungle Book.
Beautiful.
Pete's Dragon. Mary Poppins. And I think Kiana agrees with you. She's saying live action can go as well. I don't know why my mouse isn't working. Put it up there. So I just heard that Pixar. No.
Yeah. I want to go Pixar. They have amazing movies. Yeah. It's because no, I'm lying.
Johnny,
I'm going to go live action. That's gonna hurt.
Is he broken?
Is he broken? I think we lost John.
No. Can you hear me?
Are you with? I would say Pixar. I can hear you and see me. Can you hear me and see me? Yes.
Yeah. Check your chat too, by the way, in here. But it's I said Pixar, but then I thought, I was like, you know what? No, I'm gonna go live action, because even though I love the live actions even more than some of the Pixars, but Pixar has better hits when it comes to that. Fuck, that's tough, bro. Oh god, that's tough.
Yeah,
that's real tough.
That's our childhood we're talking about.
Yeah.
Hey, am I still
live action
freezing or anything? Am I good?
You're good now.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Sorry about that technical difficulties. And Reggie, no, Marvel does not count, because I think that would have been everybody would have picked it.
Yeah. Live action. Yeah. I'm a live action. Gotta go.
Live action. Now, yeah, that was my childhood though. I loved Smart. I mean, I'm even talking about television shows. I love Smart Guy. I loved even Stevens. But yeah, I think I can't live without the Lion King, and I can't live without the Toy Stories, man. So
but it's always tough. There's such amazing ones on both sides, especially live action. There's so many amazing Disney things, man. It's tough.
Yeah, Disney's owning the world right now, man. So it's just a matter of time till they get everything else. But I think we're all in agreement it's live action then, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry to say. And I love the first three Pirates of the Caribbean too. So that's a big loss right there.
Yeah, it is. That's because when you said pirates, I'm like, oh, those are included too. Oh my god. That's what really hit hard.
What would my kids say? So my son Isaiah would probably that's a good question. He probably
wake him up. I'm sorry.
Nah. I don't think he would say the cartoons. He might actually pick Pixar or live action himself, because he likes the live action stuff. Like we showed him the Santa Claus. We've showed him when he got on Disney Plus, he was watching a lot of the live action more than the cartoon stuff. But I don't think he's ever gotten into Pixar. I've tried, but I don't think he likes as much as I have. Like he's got a different type of taste.
True.
But yeah, it'd be one of those two. But I don't think he would. I don't think the live action cartoons would go anywhere though. So sad what's happening, Johnny Depp. We agree.
100%.
Definitely agree. We've talked about that on the show. That's more of a personal issue. I feel like that doesn't need to be for us, man. But you know, it sucks that he's in that atmosphere. Do you got any quick thoughts about that, bro?
I do, but that'll just release me on like a whole on like tirade. So it's like will say I don't agree with what's happening. It's very unfair, it's unjust, it's a lot of double standard, and yeah, I just don't like it. It's very unfortunate. Yeah.
We definitely agree with that. It's a sad world we're living in, and things need to change. LGH, I think your nephew needs to go to his room, and because that's disrespect. He likes the live action more than the animated.
So,
John,
I will speak to that. The live remake of Lion King can go fuck itself. That I understand. Yes, I agree with. Aladdin is better than the original.
No,
10 times better,
sir.
It
is a better movie than people said it was, though. I liked Will Smith's take on the genie, and I thought it was I liked it. It's not a bad movie, so don't take this criticism and this ass whooping I'm about to give you to heart.
Not at all. Not at all.
With that being said, it is nowhere near as good as the original. What the hell is wrong with you, sir?
The music is 10 times better than the music in the original. 10 times better.
Really?
And to be honest with you, Aladdin's one of my favorite Disney movies. It's number 2. So I'm not going to sit there and be like, hey, behind the Lion King. But what do we remember from Aladdin? It's Genie. It's Robin Williams
right now. Yes, well, we know.
Right.
Honestly, I remember Jasmine was looking pretty hot for a cartoon.
She was fine as hell.
I remember Jasmine more from the cartoon, which I watched a long time ago, than I remember from the live action that I watched last year.
Yeah, the cartoon Jasmine's a lot finer than this live action was. Can't nobody touch her. That's bae. But it's the movie overall was like it's okay. It was fun. It was cute as a kid. We love it. But the movie live action was so much better. They took a little bit more of a side route for some things, how to expand the story a little bit, and the music was just 10 times more enjoyable and fun. And Will Smith didn't need to sing. He was just basically talking with music behind it, except for Prince Ali.
I mean,
the only thing I appreciated more about the live action than the cartoon is what they did with Jasmine.
I think
the only thing I appreciate more
Jasmine
about it.
a little bit better in live action.
Yeah, I'm saying the movie has more to give.
But that doesn't make me like that more.
No, I agree with Toddy. We both talked about this. I think the way that they handled Jasmine was actually better in the live action. But I said, how can you say the songs are better? That song when Aladdin's running around, one jump, that shit was bars, son. And then the Robin Williams version of "You Never Had a Friend Like Me," amazing. Not saying Will's was trash; it was dope. And then what was another good one?
Maybe I should say only Will. I guess only Will Smith's kind of, because Aladdin, the character, he really wasn't that great of a singer like that. His songs are kind of like in the new one. Jasmine was the only pure singer out of everybody because she actually sings.
Yeah.
But I think Will Smith's Genie songs were much better than Robin's. They're a lot more fun. They're a lot more catchy. And because I listened to them compared to pair, I'm like, the songs back then are kind of dull, like the Genie songs. Like, it really doesn't give you vibrance. And I'm like, oh, cool, except for the animation. But singing itself, I was like, this is kind of dull.
You think okay, well, I'm going to let the people in the chat talk. Okay, because you've hit a lot of my triggers, sir.
Yeah.
You pissed me off.
He just biased because he looks like him.
Yeah, Body says you look like Will Smith, so you're biased. RJ says live action was doo-doo. I actually did like the live action. It's nowhere. I'm not going to... Nowhere in my...
I'm not saying it's far better, but I just thought it was... I enjoyed it more than I did.
Says, no, John, no. And he also said, go flush your toilet. I'm going to end that sentence for him. I like the music and the animated better because it's more musical-esque. I definitely agree. And the movie was more pop music-esque. I definitely agree with that. Won't hold back as well over time. I definitely agree. But no, I do think I do respect Will Smith taking a different approach. If he would have did beat for beat with Robin Williams,
everybody would have boycotted him.
And I think that's why Aladdin worked more than live action Lion King, because they did beat for beat what the original did. They didn't do anything different like Aladdin did. So I think that's why it didn't work.
And what What's the one?
Remember, be prepared. He didn't even sing "Be Prepared." I was pissed.
Yes, that one
Oh,
was
Lion King.
Yeah.
That
God
pissed me
awful.
off.
That
Oh
pissed me
my
off.
god, that was the most cringy thing.
Be prepared. That's it. That's all you want
That's
to say.
it.
What?
Yeah.
That's all we
What?
get.
No bars.
Right. What is
They
this?
should have gave what's his name not that this Scar did a bad job, but I really think they should have gave the original Scar a
They
voice.
should have Jeremy Irons.
Also,
Irons,
Earl's back. Why not?
yeah.
yeah.
RJ said they changed her motivation, which changed her character, which was needed at the end of the day.
Agreed.
I do agree. I think that was a good.
Also, something
actually,
that I didn't like in the new one was Jafar.
Oh yeah, Jafar
Was
like,
100% not intimidating, not scary. He didn't do his job of what that character was supposed to be.
John,
in my opinion.
you prefer
True.
the live action Jafar over the
I
cynical.
knew that from the moment I saw the trailer. I was like, they picked the wrong Jafar.
I don't prefer him over the original, but this Jafar served the story for what they were trying to tell. It wasn't the same Jafar. And that's why I see these movies differently, because the live action dived into a lot more character-based things and extended the story than the original did. They went a lot more in depth for character motivations, character bias, character feeling, who they are. It was more of a film, obviously, for me, and that's why I enjoyed it more, story-wise. And sadly, I should have had one though. That would have made a very interesting Friend Like Me sequence. But
yeah,
yeah,
that would have been interesting with an edible. But no, I gotta agree.
Yeah,
I don't think he
definitely.
had an edible ball. I think he was actually smoking crack. I do
a
not.
little crack, a side of heroin, and a dust of Angel. See what I did?
Ashley Collins says, then thank you for coming through, Ashley. Everything about live action Lion King was awful. We all are in agreement with that one. What, John? You're being too nice. John, I don't
What?
I have no idea.
Probably about Aladdin.
Probably about Aladdin. Remember when we were talking about that Space Jam Reach? I think you're hitting that one. I think you're hitting that shot right now.
Get a little farther. I don't know, man. You got to look into it deep. It's a psychological thing I'm doing right here. Y'all are on my wavelength right now, son.
All right.
That's all it is.
That's strong shit they smoking up there. So what is your one's got to go?
All right. So imagine your favorite movie. Think about your favorite movie.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so favorite movie.
Favorite movie.
Think about your favorite album. Okay.
Okay. Favorite movie, favorite album.
Which one gotta go?
Just that? Damn. So you're making me choose movie over music, like favorite of all time. So my favorite movie of all time is Back to the Future. The first Back to the Future is the best movie of all time, and then Django Unchained is second. But Back to the Future is my choice. My favorite album of all time has to be Dr. Dre's 2001. It's probably my favorite album of all time. Damn, that's a good one, because that is a very good one, man. I think it comes down to do I want to sacrifice my movie or my music?
I'm gonna go music, to be honest with you.
Music can go. That's what he's saying. What's your favorite album of all time?
That's the problem. I don't really think I have one. Yeah, at least I really haven't put thought to it.
So that's why he thought the Greatest Showman music was better than Straight Outta Compton. Because he's not musically inclined.
Wait a minute. I didn't say the music was better. That was never my argument.
You said it was more original.
It
right?
was compared to the movies. It is. It's not original in Straight Outta Compton. We've heard it already.
Technically, but I feel like you can't compare the two because Straight Outta Compton is a music based movie. It's based on the music. You can't make new music for a movie that's talking about.
That's what I'm saying. It's not original. So that's what I'm saying. It's more original than Greatest Showman.
It's talking about the original music.
Oh, time out.
Sorry.
It's no spoilers for our episode.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah.
So we
right.
What we're talking about, we debated Straight Outta Compton versus The Greatest Showman. Let us know in the comments what you think is a better movie. But I think so. Ashley says that album has to go. Abba says music has to go. Kiana says I listen to my favorite album more than I watch my favorite music, so movies can go. Okay, different. So this is not an easy question. So and so John is saying music can go his favorite album of all time because he doesn't have a favorite artist or album of all time. I do, and that album right there is like my elementary and high school years, man. It really is. It's like the soundtrack.
What happened in middle school?
Huh? What happened in middle schools?
You said elementary and high school.
I mean, when that album came out, it was like the transition of like 5th grade and 6th grade. So it's just like, you know, those albums. That album was like that. That's my theme of those years. I might have to agree with Kiana. I might have to sacrifice my favorite movie of all time just to keep my favorite music. Music, man, it takes me to a different world in my head. I can make a different Back to the Future in my head. Fuck it.
That's
Greatest Showman. So Toddy, what was your answer? Straight Outta Compton is easily better. Thank you, Abbas, for that. But Ashley does agree with you though. The Greatest Show.
That's 2 for Greatest Show.
We got to talk about what
that's 2 for Greatest Show.
Okay, so hold on. What's it? Before we answer this, so I got to hear your answer. We got to hear your answer because I know.
Okay, my answer is I exactly what Kiana said is my answer for that, which is I listen to my music more than I watch my movies, so it would have to.
But I will defend John a little bit. It was not an easy question. It wasn't easy to say that. And
yeah,
John, listen to music, man. I'm gonna start sending some shit your way. All right, let's.
Listen, my music choices are impeccable. I'm on music. I'm saying what's up. All right. Damn it.
Okay. We'll see about that. You're gonna have to send me a picture of your playlist.
We got to get.
Okay, so what is he saying?
Okay, so he says, "Greatest Showman for me, like Straight Outta Compton, but that movie doesn't tell the true story fully. Neither does Greatest Showman."
That is a fact.
That is a huge fact.
When
it makes Greatest Showman look. It makes Barnum look like he is an absolute perfect human being.
Both are inaccurate.
Yes. And he 100% was a terrible person that literally used slaves. Children to gain his money and make them like he just terrible human, honestly.
So before we went in this battle, I don't want to talk too much about the battle that we had. You guys gonna have to see this. That was one of the arguments I was ready for you to say to me, because I can acknowledge Straight Outta Compton made Dr. Dre look like a superhero. He's over here punching gangsters and getting away from the police, stuff like that. I know the story of NWA. And the most accurate depiction of that movie was all Ice Cube's story. I think that was like 90% true. The stuff with Easy and the stuff with Dre was kind of, well, to be fair with Easy, he wasn't there to tell his story. You know, other people had to tell it for him, you know, sadly. Dr. Dre definitely hyped himself up a little bit more. He definitely left out a lot of the abuse that he did toward women and a lot of the shitty stuff. I think he should have been honest and told his truth, you know. You know, we love him regardless. But, you know, I think he hyped himself up a little bit more than the other guys. So I can agree with that. With that being said, Toddy's point about The Greatest Showman, which I've not seen, but I have heard the real Greatest Showman. She's absolutely right. He was a very shitty person in real life. So,
and that's not to say whether one movie is better than the other. That's just discrediting the fact that, that one is better than this one because it's not true. Well, neither one of them are true. So you can throw that part out, I think, of the decision-making process for those two movies.
I definitely agree with that.
So look out for that. We did argue that one. So it is split in the chat, and I'm glad it is, because I love that competitive nature about these movies.
Oh yeah, I see 2-1. It's split. Okay, got it. Yeah, no problem.
Well, he said, all right. Well, I learned math here in Florida. Good point. It was about the abuse for me, I guess, because Dre was closer to my culture, and I actually agree.
That's fair.
And if you ever want to see the true story about that, Miss Chalet from that was around them back in the day, she did a Lifetime movie talking about that. So you will get the full story if you watch that. Miss Chalet, Straight Outta Compton, or the NWA. I don't remember what it was called, but it does say that this story. All right, going to the one of two of our main events right now. And I am really excited to talk about this. The Spider-Man 3 casting. It's huge. It's huge. So much. I think I even have a part in this movie, you know, and rumor has it that Tom Holland is actually going to be in this movie. Tom Holland is actually going to join.
I heard.
Yeah. But if he doesn't, we have all the other Spider-Man. We have so it's announced this week that we have Tobey Maguire, we have Andrew Garfield, we have Doc Ock coming back. We've heard that Electro's coming back, and there's There's rumors of other people coming back. What's another one? The girls are coming back is the rumor. That's not confirmed.
The girls,
Mary Jane
Oh.
and
Mary Jane and Gwen Stacy.
Stacy are coming back. So, yes, we are definitely, and it's without question going to be a multiverse conversation, because these are all people in different universes. Maybe we'll even see Miles Morales. Maybe we'll even see Barney and Big Bird. We don't know who's all going to be in this one. So
Big Bird kicking ass. I'm down for it.
for sure. And I want to say, I'm on the record of saying I saw this coming before any of these announcements were coming. I think this is the best. This is a good move. I'm optimistic, but I have faith in it, and I'll explain why. But John, what are your thoughts of some of these announcements?
So I'm just going to sprinkle a little more stuff on here. Yes, I did. Yes, I did, brother. But so everybody but Toby so far is attached. Toby has not fully committed yet. They're still talking to him. He's the only one who hasn't signed. Like I said, Andrew's back, Doc Ock's back, Gwen Stacy, Mary Jane, all the originals.
Yep.
And it was just announced today that Daredevil is in it as well.
Yep. So
that's exciting as all hell. Like, I'm very excited for this. I'm very, very excited for this. I feel like what they're doing with MCU being like kind of creeping in the background, like, all right, we're watching you, go ahead. But this is an amazing way to bring in the Spider-Verse.
Right.
Thank you, Ashley. See, she knows what she's talking about. It's a great way to introduce the Spider-Verse. They're introducing all the great aspects from the past Spider-Man movies. Even like I said, with Doc Ock, bringing him back, he was easily, hands down, one of the best things about the original trilogy, if not the.
Absolutely.
Electro coming back, because I'm one of the rare few that actually really liked Electro. I hated Max, the person he was before that, but I think it's a very smart move to do this. I'm just very curious how the hell it's all going to work and come together. That's my biggest curiosity.
Okay, interesting. So I've been on record multiple times saying I feel like it will work, and this is why. I remember Spider-Man 3 was a clusterfuck because they were introducing like 3 villains all in one, and the sad part about that is the only one we knew was Harry. We didn't know anything about this new Sandman guy. You know, he was an interesting character, but they just threw us on it, and then of course Venom comes out of nowhere. So when you introduce in a lot of this and with no context or development, it's going to fail. Spider-Man 2, Amazing Spider-Man 2 had the same issue. They tried to introduce the Sinister Six and the Rhino and this new. Yeah. They did
Goblin
Goblin, all that stuff. It was a disaster. That's why it didn't work. Now this will work, and I'll explain why. Avengers Endgame, Infinity War, it worked. The only character development they had to do in Infinity War was Thanos. Everybody else was established character. They had their solo movies. We know what Thor and Cap and Iron Man are thinking at the time, because we know their personalities and stuff like that. I feel like that's the reason this is going to work. We know Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. We know Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. We know Tom Holland Spider-Man. We even know these villains that they've announced. So we kind of know their mindset. And so there's zero character development is needed. I think that's where it's going to work. And I'm for this because Toby and Andrew really didn't get a conclusion to their stories. And, it's sad Sony, made shitty last movies for them. And it's to the point that they had to reboot them and shit like that. But I'm interested in seeing, as much as I didn't like this Spider-Man 3 or the Amazing Spider-Man 2, I do want to see a wrap up for these stories. I do think they deserve it. And I'm glad that they're getting their chance to redeem themselves. And I like the fact that we've already introduced multiverse in Spider-Man and in the MCU. So I do think with the right people, Kevin Feige producing and stuff like that, I know this is a Sony project, but he's got his hand in it. I think it could work. I do think it does seem like it's destined for failure with all these people coming in. But remember, we know these people. These are not new characters. Toddy, do you have any comments about this?
I mean, yeah, I think that it can work. I didn't realize that like Toby hadn't actually signed for it.
Yeah,
I do
so-
hope that he does sign for it.
he's probably going to. Why would
because
you
I
have
don't-
these characters and not?
Can you imagine if he's the only one who doesn't come back? He's like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, and I really like him. So
Yeah, me too. Yeah, he's
I
great.
definitely want him to come back. And Andrew Garfield, I didn't even watch them, so I don't feel one way or another about him or
Right.
those, because I heard they were bad, and I just said,
I
all
did.
right, I'm just not gonna watch it because I like Toby and I'm fine with that.
I dig it. And yes, I will be posting John's stuff on Facebook.
But yeah, I think that it can work since we know them. I might have to go back and watch The Amazing Spider-Man since I don't know him in order for that to work for me.
right,
He's a great Spider-Man, Andrew. His Peter is a different Peter.
it sucks.
Um,
No, I agree.
Yeah.
I've always
Yeah.
told people this. I feel like Andrew Garfield was a better Spider-Man, and I even feel Tobey Maguire was a better Peter Parker. And I think that Tom does a great job doing both.
yeah, he definitely does, and I think it also can work because it also really stated that these aren't going to be like expanded roles. Like all of them are going to be cameos, which is a lot easier to
Yeah.
kind of project into your story without it being too, overwhelming and trying to get your story too convoluted.
Right.
So it's a real smart way how they're handling it, which gives me hope. And like I said, it's MCU. So if it was just all Sony, then it'd be like, yeah, I'm really worried.
I mean, Into the
So-
Spider-Verse kind of gave me some spirits for Sony, though. I think that they've learned from their mistakes
that was
a little
great.
bit.
So okay,
go ahead, go
so
ahead.
if they're all like who is the main focus then? If they're all cameos, and you said that they haven't said whether the new one is coming back, right?
What
You said that, did you not?
What do you? I'm sorry. What was the question?
The current Spider-Man.
Okay, so confirmed
He-
it's Andrew Garfield, and there's talks about Toby. Is that what
Yeah.
you're asking?
No, I'm talking about the current one.
The current one, as in Tom Holland?
Yes, thank you. I couldn't remember his name.
Yeah.
Did
That was a
beginning.
joke.
I totally missed
Because
it. I was very
the joke-
confused because I was like, okay, so then who is it focusing on?
well, the joke was it's his movie, but all the love. That was a joke. Ashley Collins says if Endgame can happen, for sure this can happen. Even if they happen to talk, if they talk to a stuffed doll, and they don't have to, and don't have to be in the same room. Yeah, they could do a whole bunch of Zoom calls and shit, and I would still watch that shit.
It'll probably be the most epic Zoom call ever.
Absolutely. So Abbott says WandaVision will end with the multiverse being unleashed. That's what I'm hearing as well. A lot of the Scarlet Witch is going to open that up. And Spider-Man 3 will have the Sinister Six, and that seems like what they are hinting at with all these different actors. 3 Spider-Man will fight them off, and they will return in Doctor Strange 2 and wrap it up. I feel like all of the next phase is just going to be like heavy multiverse stuff. I think that's what they're
It's definitely starting with WandaVision because that's what's making it possible. She's going to literally destroy and distort reality.
Yep.
That will play and run into a factor immediately to Spider-Man 3, and then Doctor Strange 2 is when they'll really go into it because specifically about Scarlet's madness and how she affected the multiverse. So it's like a 3-way in part connection that will bridge the rest of the Marvel slate phase from there.
For sure. And I think the casting that a lot of people forgot, remember the Ant-Man 3 casting of Kang the Conqueror.
Yes,
he's
sir.
a time travel type of so like I said, I feel like this whole phase is going to be all about the multiverse and stuff like that. We got Kang the Conqueror, a time travel guy. We got Multiverse of Madness literally in the name. Spider-Man with different Spider-Men from different universes in it.
Mhm.
And of course the Scarlet Witch one, which is a superhero that can bend time and stuff like that. So I'm very curious. Abbott says, I'm just waiting for a scene where we are like 5. J. Jonah Jameson has played all the J.K. Simmons calling Spider-Man miss. I could see that because the other ones he has hair, and this new one he was like an Alex Jones guy with no hair, kind of looking like Jon Knight.
I was their creative consultant for the film. They was looking for ideas, and I later just said, "Here you go, son. Like, I got you. Look no further. We good."
Daredevil is not confirmed. It's a rumor. Yes, Alex is absolutely right. It's not. It's just a rumor. Even if they were true, that would be dumb. So the rumor is he's going to be playing the lawyer because Tom Holland's Spider-Man is on the run and stuff like that.
Oh.
It's not confirmed though, guys. So he's absolutely right. I saw that article as well. That never said it was confirmed. That's the only one that. But people are all hyped up. I think the next announcement might be like all the
Oh yeah.
all the.
It's not discussing film and all that, and like tons of articles. Is it not confirmed?
From what I saw, it just says it's the hot rumor. I don't know if it's confirmed, and I think that they're going to do the next announcement's going to be all the Aunt Mays. If the old one's still alive in the first one,
Right?
Who knows? Abbott says apparently Charlie Cox is brought in on set. Okay.
Yeah, because I say a lot of places was leading with this, and a lot of credible sources too. That's why I'm like, I don't know.
I'm not saying it's not true because people are saying that Tobey Maguire's on set as well. But I do remember hearing that Scarlett Johansson was on the set of Spider-Man: Homecoming, and she was never in that movie. So don't ever lead with that information.
Yeah, good. No, but there was. I want to see what you feel about this. A rumor floating around about Tobey is, and also another reason why they want to approach and why he's so hesitant is because he doesn't want to be in the suit. So if he does appear, he's not going to be in a Spider-Man suit.
Well, shoot, he don't have to be. He got CGI. Half of Tom Holland's performance is CGI.
That's true.
He could literally be in his outfit whenever he wants to, and like, hey, I'm going to put my suit on, go off camera, have the rest of it CGI. Who gives a shit?
That's
just
true.
make it in my head.
I hate that though.
Yeah. Not seeing a reliable source saying, but it seems some credibility to it.
Yeah,
so,
I haven't seen the set thing. That's new. Yeah.
For sure. Should I have said that? Am I going to get attacked? So earlier she said something about WandaVision being a movie. It's actually going to be a Disney Plus show. But these shows are going to be movie quality. So no, it's a TV show, not a movie. Yeah. But yeah, any other thoughts about this? Are you excited?
Yeah.
For sure. Are you excited, Brick Homie?
I am very excited. Very, actually. Very. It's one of my most anticipated now, the way it keeps panning out.
Yeah, for sure. And I had a theory actually, that they might say that not Magneto, sorry, Quentin Beck, which was played by Jake Gyllenhaal. So I have a theory that he might make this movie and Jake Gyllenhaal will not. And let me explain. Mysterio, his team is still alive and they still have all that technology. Mysterio was all like CGI and all that stuff. So if they want to do a Sinister Six, they got to have Mysterio in that Sinister Six. But if this guy's dead, they might give the illusion, because that's what he is, that he's still alive with the team still being alive. I would love to see him thinking that he's alive and being pumped again. What are your thoughts on that?
I like that concept, but I think it'll be an overuse. It'll be kind of slightly a rerun, unless they find a new way to project him. Instead of having, Edith or the robots come over, or just find another way. But that'll also just mean you're fighting an enemy who's not really there. So at least, even though Mysterio was a man of illusion, he was actually a being. And I feel like that would just be a weird thing to do. But if you can make it work, figure it out. Hey, I'm with it.
I loved his character, man. But I mean, I think I still liked not Birdman, but the Vulture a little bit better. I thought he was a better one. Apparently another rumor is that they're going to use the multiverse to bring back the X-Men. Yeah, that one's a stretch right there. Maybe.
It's the greatest way.
It's the most logical way, but Wolverine, aka Hugh Jackman, said he's not going to do it, and he is getting old. Let the guy do other things. I'm all about it. I'm all about him doing things. But yeah, are we wrapping up this one about Spider-Man? Are we all good on that one? I think we can all agree. It sounds great. I'm skeptical a little bit because it is Spider-Man does not have the best track record of putting a lot of people on top of each other. But like I said, these are established characters, so it might work. Agreed.
Faith.
Have faith. Have faith in
Right.
Feige. Have faith in the Spider-Man. Have faith in some type of God.
Lord Feige.
Lord Feige. All right. So the last segment of today is we are going to be talking about uh sad conversation in the movie world right here. So it was announced this week
Yeah.
that HBO Max is going to be streaming all of their 2002 slash 2021 movies on their platform and not putting it on the movie theater. And it is theorized that all the other streaming services will do the same announcement soon. But yeah, that makes me sad as a fan of film and the enjoyment of going to the theater. Toddy, what are your thoughts on this? Do you think streaming services are going to slowly kill the theater studios? Theaters and studios, I'm sorry. Okay, go ahead.
I think that it's a huge possibility, and that makes me really, really sad. And I really hope that it doesn't, just for like, I mean, obviously, like we just enjoy, the movie experience, as I think a lot of people do. And as convenient as it is to be able to watch, whatever you want, like on your TV screen at home, it's 100% not the same. You don't get the same visuals. Like I don't have a TV in my home that is going to give me the same visuals as going to watch an IMAX movie, or the same sound system.
Facts.
Or anything that's going to give me the same feeling and the same enjoyment of going out
Right.
and watching something on the big screen. So I really, really hope that it doesn't. And I hope that they're just doing this like with the mindset of, okay, if we do this and we can get through next year and get COVID under control, then like we can go back to doing things the way that we were doing them,
Right.
and it not completely destroying that system that we have. But that's a long time, and that's a lot of money that theaters aren't going to have.
Right.
And I don't know. I definitely am worried that that's going to cause the theater business to kind of go under, because they're already struggling.
Oh yeah.
So
That's very depressing just to even have this conversation. Like seriously, I mean, it's a very third world issue, but at the same time, we're huge fans of movies. It's something about like the environment. Remember when Cap got Mjolnir for the first time? We never had that experience at the house. Then you had like the energy of that theater.
Yeah, all the other people watching it at the same time. Yeah,
for sure. And like you were saying too, like I mean, I'm not against streaming services. I love streaming services, and I think it'd be a great platform for like what they're for, and even like indie movies that we watch and stuff like that. But like these studios, they need their money to make some of this magic happen. A lot of CGI has been top notch for the last couple of years. The only positive I'd say about like this happening, it's going to give lower budgets to film because they're going to have less money. It might force people to be a little bit more creative.
The other thing is also like when we get like these really big movies and stuff, like Mulan, how much did it cost for you to watch Mulan? Like $30, even though you were already paying for Disney Plus. Like people don't want to pay $30 when they know that they can go spend $30 at the theater and get a much better experience versus
and food.
Right.
Exactly. So
Kiana says, I heard that Discovery is coming out with streaming services. Well, I have a feeling a lot of people are going to start having streaming services real quick.
It's a thing now.
Yeah. So John, what are your thoughts on this?
So I feel very strongly about this. It is most certainly and most definitely going to ruin theaters and just the overall experience, because it's doing it already. And it's only going to get worse if continued. And also, you touched on it, that's exactly going to be an issue as well. The quality of our films are going to go down because there's no major profit going on. We take loss. My thing is, this is extremely hazardous and just dangerous to the industry. Film is an experience. Film is a moment. Film is meant to be enjoyed in the way in which it is created. If you take that and literally strip it down to damn near half, you are diminishing the quality and the purpose of film. And that's what I don't like. Some films that they have on a slate, yeah, you can have it be at home. It'll be fine. but some film is just an experience. And that's why we do these things. That's why people have jobs. That's why people love doing what they do. And some of these studios only had 30 minutes of this knowledge of, this merger and takeover before it even happened.
Yeah.
So that's why there's so many of these countersuits and everything going on, because some just don't believe in it. And two, you're being forced to do something, your vision, your hard work, to be basically just, okay, here it is, you did all this, fuck your vision and what you had for it. And that's why Christopher Nolan and so many other filmmakers are speaking out against it, because it's literally destroying and defacing the value of film and its intended purpose. So I feel very strongly about it. I'm completely against it. I've yet to watch Mulan or any other film on there, and I won't and refuse. So yeah, it's tough.
What do you think about HBO Max making this decision? Like, I said that most of these streaming services are probably going to follow suit. But what do you think the best thing to do is, though? Like, is as fucked up as it is, I think we all agree, like, the experience is better, and it's gonna put a dent on a lot of these companies. But like, what would be the action to do? You have all these movies, and the more you don't put them out, the less money. You're not going to make a lot of money, but at least you're making something. Like, what is the move to do?
Sit your ass down, have a drink somewhere, and relax. Because one, you're not making money regardless. Even if, like I said, you make the slight little money off streaming services, that's not going to a majority of people that's working on a film as a theatrical release. That doesn't happen to like the filmmakers and all this and et cetera. It's not as involved. This is strictly studio self fucking preservation. Like, they only care about them. Sit your ass down, relax, ride this out. Theaters will open again. This will fade, and you will have people flooding to the theaters, and you will make this quarter back tenfold than what you've missed from here. It's just all about money. They're being reactionary. They're panicking. They're freaking out. They're not playing it or thinking smart. And it's a huge mistake on their part. So just like Marvel isn't budging to be like, yeah, we're throwing all this on Disney Plus. Like, no, we're waiting. We're cool. There's no announcements yet. Yeah, there's meetings happening, but no announcement. And they're not looking to rush that ball anytime soon.
I mean, they might be pressured and forced when HBO Max actually does it, because like,
I don't think so.
You don't think?
I hope not.
No. I mean, I hope not either. What are your thoughts, though? How do you think they should handle this situation?
I don't know. I mean, I think that they should just like wait it out, just because. I mean, like, if you really just think about like movies and like the way that they're made and the way that they're like intended to be watched, like they are, since the beginning of movies, they were created to be watched on a big screen in a room with a bunch of other people. Like, that is where this like all really started, and that's where it became a big thing, and it has continued in that way. And I think that, completely getting rid of that just does movies and film like a complete disservice, and it just completely kills like that whole culture.
Right.
So I think that they definitely should just wait it out and see, because I mean, especially for like studios like Marvel and Disney that are coming out with these massive movies that bring in the most money out of all movies that come out here, I don't think they have anything to worry about. Others, I can understand if they're a little bit more freaked out. Mm-hmm. Disney, I definitely don't think that they should be freaked out by that, because they literally bring in so much money, and they own the world already. Yeah, they're bringing in money from other places as well. It's not just from their movies.
Oh yeah, they could probably
they're
still
not
open
breaking
overseas, especially the ones that understand how to social distance and wear a mask. So other countries that are actually opening up, that's actually not a bad idea to premiere your shit over there.
Those studios, they definitely shouldn't worry about it. But I can't understand like if other smaller studios are like a little bit more concerned and do want to make this move. But I mean, Warner Brothers is also one of the biggest studios that exists out there, and I think that's a little bit weird for them to feel like they need to do that when they also bring in a lot of money.
DC is very profitable, regardless of the quality.
Right.
They are still profitable.
Right, and that's the thing. What pisses me off, because it's like you have content in films that you can get that little change off of. you have films and things that do not need to be on a theatrical screen that you can still benefit and profit off of those films. And what's making me upset about HBO Max is they're acting and hitting the red, the emergency button so much when this wasn't even your original intended plan for HBO Max. So what are you freaking out for? Your thing was to create this platform to create original content in TV show formats, some original movies. It was not your plan to take all these films from theater and put it on your platform. So why are you panicking? This does not and did not and never did go with your plan or concept. So right now they're just looking for ways to let's care about us, let's tend to us, money, 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 money. And they're panicking. And you'll always fail when you panic off of reactionary things.
Oh, for sure. That's in everything in life. Let me read some of these comments in here. We got flooded. I'm loving this dialogue, by the way. So Abbott says, I think it'll prove to be not as profitable as to have movies released only on streaming services, but they'll continue to have it on streaming and in theaters do a release. That's what they're doing with Wonder Woman.
I feel like that is kind of what they should do, or like wait until like they can put them out into theaters, and then once they do that, then like instead of like how like they obviously do like DVD releases, which nobody like uses DVDs anymore, just release it on streaming services. Like
for sure,
let that be.
If Endgame came out on streaming and movie theaters at the same time, guess where I'm going? I'm going to the theater.
Oh, and I don't even think they should do it necessarily at the same time. I think they should do theaters and then after.
No, I get that. We shouldn't have to wait so long. Martial arts film freak, thank you for coming through. The explosion of the Star Wars theme in theater is untouchable.
Yeah, that is true.
That is a fact. That makes the beat every time it comes on. That that is a big fact. You can't get that anywhere else. So LG8 says streaming quality is better. I need the DTS at the least and way higher bit rate.
That right there.
Blu-ray looks way better than 4K on Disney. So yeah, the streaming quality is way better.
That's another thing. That's a great statement to make. You're also dumbing down your quality. You're going to miss so much.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. In some
their budget's going to be a lot less anyway now. So.
Right. Like Jesus.
Abbas, I don't understand. Estimate the potential of streaming. Offering movies is way cheaper. No theaters is to share the cost with. No checking theater quality. Production can be kept cheaper. Martial arts film freak says outside the franchise film, imagine never having an option to see something like La La Land, Kubo Two Strings, which is a very underrated movie. Get Out on the big screen, and I think anything that's horror. Like Get Out works better on you get because it's like comedy is like horror. Like you only get that scare one time, and I think this the best way to get it is in a room like that with a vibe full of people wanting to be scared and how they do the sound.
Yes,
it's the best quality of horror 100%. In general is in the movie theater. You're absolutely right. Abbas, people like to take a streaming service and forget about it, even if they use it. He's kind of right on that too.
He's very right.
I literally stopped Disney Plus because like it was the only thing I was watching was The Mandalorian last year, and I was like, you can't keep me on nostalgia alone. Like I love these movies, don't get me wrong, but I'm ready to see that new shit. So I was just collecting my money every month and me not using it.
And that's another reason, reactionary. The ratings and viewings are down, so like do what we can, put everything on here. So dumb.
Absolutely. Let's see here. Sorry, I skipped a couple. My bad. Let's go to Ashley. Yes, the film experience is escapism, and the fact that we're having even discussing these topics show is a great influence on our lives. Yes, and I'm really sad that we're having this conversation as well too. This is
it's ridiculous.
It's like feeling a family member like got sick or something like that, and we're praying for the best. Mulan was a perfect example of how they can't make as much. Avengers Endgame wouldn't have brought nowhere near the amount. Absolutely. Mulan lost so much money. I think it was like $200 million to make. How much did they make back?
That's such a disappointment, man.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks. That sucks so much. Absolutely.
Let's go to DH. Yes. Well, we have a benchmark coming with not Wonder Woman. Sorry, this is a little far. That's why I'm stuttering sometimes. Coming with the Warner Media and it doing this year. We have a benchmark coming with the. Can you just read it for me? I'm sorry.
We have a benchmark coming with what Warner Media is doing this year.
Okay, gotcha. HBO Max always had a troublesome first few months. Disney Plus seems to been nothing but success. Has been nothing but success. So perhaps Disney isn't too worried about us. I mean, Disney's
never worried.
No, they literally putting their dick on the table in everything they do.
Oh yeah, pretty much.
And the end of this pandemic, with this pandemic, the vaccine should calm everything down. Industry within 2 months or so. I don't think it's going to be 2 months, bro. I think it will eventually calm down, but it might be about 6 months to a year, honestly. When we're talking about distributing the vaccine, there's people still skeptical. There's limited people that they're offering first. You know, it's going to get there. We're not going to be like this forever. I don't even see it like a whole year from now, but it's going to be longer than 2 months in my opinion.
Definitely will be a process.
Needs to hurry its ass up though.
That is facts.
I do know.
I don't want it. I'm waiting.
I'm
waiting to see about those side effects.
I'm ready to.
The first woman just got it publicly. The 90-year-old woman just got the first vaccine.
Oh well.
I'll let Betty White handle that.
Yeah.
At the start, wasn't as successful releasing in numbers for subscribers, but it became more successful as it went on. Absolutely right. The wrong button there. Phantom Egypt, Phantom Eagle YouTube, what's happening, brother? Thank you for coming through. And LG8 says TV projector combined with the surround studio setups way more accessible now. That costs a lot of money though. But
I have that.
That's not cheap, brother. So
excuse me, Kanye.
so if we care about theater experience, we'll spend like 8,000 euros on your setup. Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Yeah,
I don't have $8,000.
You try to be
right now.
Now, when I do hit that like that tax bracket where I have my own studio or have my own theater, yes, maybe when I have that. But the funds right now, bro, we working with a Bluetooth.
When you get taxed for over what is it, $400,000?
Yeah. Yeah, no. So, but thank you everybody for the engagement and thank you everybody for the show, man. And I would like to definitely thank Jon Knight for coming on the show, brother. Thank you for coming and having this great dialogue, you fellow black nerd.
Thank you, man. It was a pleasure. Thank you for having me here to help represent black nerds all around. So it's been an honor, man. This was great.
For sure, man. Tell these people where they can find you. Some people don't know this, man. He has a YouTube channel as well. He's doing a lot better than me at that. I hope to catch up. But I'm still keeping my hairline. I'm not going to do exactly what he does, but you know.
That's all right. I got the beard going. You could do the hairline.
Oh, hit my soul. I can't grow a beard. So where can they find you, Jon Knight?
So you can find me on YouTube at Night Entertainment, where you will find my weekly show, The Film Cave. Just dropped the rebooted season today, actually with my new co-host, Logan Swish. So be sure to check that out. And again, like I said, every week. And we do everything, man. I pride myself on my channel in creating unique content and events. I care about my community. I care about what you guys think. So come by, stop by, subscribe, and share. We want a good time, man. And thank you guys again. I can't say it enough.
And thank you, LGH, for coming through, man. It was fun, man. I enjoyed all this dialogue. You know, you brought some good stuff to the table. We're gonna have a conversation later this week about your Aladdin choices, though. I'm really worried about you.
Yes, I'm gonna listen. Y'all will be believers by the end. I just need some time to talk about it.
Okay, well, I'm not gonna be doing that.
I've never had the desire to rewatch it.
This is judgment. This is disrespect. I don't. You know.
Well, thank you again, Jon Knight, and I'm going to be leaving all his stuff in the bio, and so if you guys want to follow him as well, and I'm going to advertise you as well on my social platforms as well. Abbas, I stayed awake today for the live. Thank you, Abbas, for coming through, man. You always coming through with the engagement. I really appreciate that. We got more stuff to come. Much love, peace, and chicken grease. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Help keep it brother off the streets. Help us out of the po house, so we ate in your house. You know what I'm saying? Much love, peace, and chicken grease. Thank you for coming through, guys. All right.